Hey everyone, GeForce41 here with another TGC Tours Rookie Contest playthrough. I am playing Santero Valley today by Pitchy Woo Woo. Nice screen name. Oskins reached out to me and asked me to do a playthrough, so I'm happy to oblige. So as you know, I am a judge in the contest, and I am doing some playthroughs. So I'm going to go through kind of giving my design experience kind of take on it. I do give some tips, so to speak. And again, you know, my comments are meant to help and be coaching tips, not to be critical of anybody's work. So there is a lot of work on some of these courses, but that's what you expect with the rookie. So hopefully these videos are helping make a bit of a difference. But given I've got people reaching out to me to go through their course, I think that's a good sign, right? So happy to do so. I played this once before. I'm going to play this on with the 4-hole location, and the suggested default settings for the wind are medium and out of the east. So Oskins did thumbs up, give a suggested wind direction, and so that's how we're going to roll. Let's get right to the golf. All right. So here we go. Hole 1. Santero Valley is a fictional course created off the coast of Southern California. So we're expecting some lovely views. Some low lighting to start and a nice view off the first tee. Let's take a look at the fairway. Slightly narrowish. It's not, I want to call it narrow. The bunkers look like they're sculpted. They look a little deep, but they are sculpted, and you got a couple unique shapes. Some water off the side. I like the textures, and you got plenty of light rough over there. I know I've gotten my soapbox about light rough on a bunch of these. Wind, ooh, got to be careful with that wind. All right. But the textures blend nicely. Very subdued. Some nice lighting. You got some palms. And we're just going to trickle into that light rough. That's not a problem. Let's take a look at the green. Pretty tame green, and it's rolling just as you expect. It's heading, just sitting nicely on that little hill and heading just off gently towards the water as a predominant flow. So I've been doing some, well, I've done one video on greens and making them look natural. The second one's still in production, folks. I haven't gotten around to finishing it, but I like the look of that green. Oh, that's not going to make it. That's terrible. And we're going to get a look at the bunker sculpting closed up. So that's not bad. It's a little bathtubby. You can see the sides. But it's smooth, and it's definitely sculpted. So there was some effort made there. That's for sure. Little much. Oh, I didn't think I'd have nearly enough. Oh, almost. So they got some buildings in the back there. Oh, jeez. Terrible start. After a decent drive. It starts with a double. I like those signs off to the side. I haven't seen those. Are new in the new game. I haven't seen it because I haven't really made a new course, so I haven't put anything down like that. But I like those markers, and it looks like you've got the whole location placard right next to it. So kind of put two things together there is my assumption. Pretty cool. Again, fairly narrow. Narrows at the 290. We're only on the second hole. I'm not a comment on your course, but you know, resist that urge. I see that on a lot of these rookie courses. Yeah, do people, me included, narrow it around that 290 to 300 landing area? Oh shoot. Sure, but you don't want to go there too often. You want to vary your holes. Um, I've played a few of the contest courses that just go to that well over and over and over again. That's what you want to avoid. I'm not saying you've done that here. It's only the second hole. Just the thought to keep in mind. Get over that hill and trickle down. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Greens are rolling at 145. That's pretty tame. That's probably way too much down that hill. That's a fairly awful putt. So far my short game is non-existent. I just won a match online too. I put lights out putting. All right. Yeah, again, you're kind of just got a narrows concept. Not really narrows concept, but the green fairway narrowing at about 290 to 300. Again, I like that green. We'll talk about that on the approach. But this fairway is more generous. And again, I like the green here. Again, it's gently sloping to the water. You've got a little bit of a hill off to the left, and everything's feeding down there just as you expect. And you got a well-placed bunker there in the corner, and it kind of wraps around. So I like that setup. So far, so good with the greens. You could deal with a little more planting around the water there, but it's kind of like you got to decide how much you're going to do. Do you really want to invest the plant meter and all that? And if you have just a little, you kind of need a lot, right? You can't just like stop the planting. It has planting or it doesn't. But that looks fine. It looks fairly natural to me, especially for this neck of the woods, Southern California. All right. Yeah, so these bunkers are okay, just a little, probably a little deep. Is that a little bit of a mound? It's going to be a tough little shot in. With this wind, I'm going to draw this. I don't want to flirt with that right side. Oh my goodness. And it just hopped and rolled down. This is stuck in the back. Yeah, again, these greens are going just as you would suspect. So far, so good. That, I didn't catch it at all, huh? "61 feet, and that's not even going to be close. A little waterfall in the back there, just caught out of the corner of my eye. Get in. Alright, fifth hole. Par 3, your tee boxes are not flat, buddy. Some of them at least. So I instinctively check L1 just from when I test courses. This one, again, yeah, the slope is predominantly going down to the left, as you can imagine. I think that's fine. That's fair. A nice big bunker in the front. For this length, that's fair. And then you got a well-placed bunker over there. So far, so good with this stuff. Got wind in my face. We're going to give it extra. Hope that releases. Oh, wow, that really checked up. A nice even flow to the putt. Not enough. Not quite high enough. So I like the environment. I like the surroundings. You know, I don't do much with palm trees. I don't want it to get a little silly and repetitive, and since I don't play in these kind of locales, it's not my thing to kind of make it look realistic. Oh, all right. Let's hit the tee shot, and then we'll talk about that approach. This bunker here, I don't know what's going on there, brother. I don't know about that one. I don't know why you would do that. You could just have two. Make that two bunkers. You know that's like way too narrow there. Can you imagine getting stuck in that right there? But you might even have a stance. So you don't just have to make a big giant bunker. You can have multiple bunkers. The cart path, I'm not digging too much. I'm not sure that blends well. I'll have to take a look at the way it blends in with the rest of the course. But when you do this, and then it just kind of stops, that looks a little silly. What I do when I do cart paths, which I haven't done much at all recently, I put something like a circle at the end, maybe like half or a quarter the size of this white circle, as kind of like, that's where the cart would stop. You'd have a circle and somewhere to turn the cart around, and then you can maybe plant around it or something. That just looks unfinished. Not a big deal, just a little thing to help your look and feel. All right, let's get moving. Kind of narrowish again, but I like those 3 trees right there in the distance. Look like aiming points. Should have pointed that out. Maybe I'll put a graphic in there. Alright, so I'm off to the side here. I don't like this one. Let me move back a little. Now, especially if you're off on this side, this doesn't work. The reason being, like I say in my videos, when you're around the water, you're probably going to move to the water, which is fine. But just strategically, that doesn't work because you've got this huge bunker here. You've got 2 of them, and not much room to come in and stick an approach. And this is a par 4, so it's a long 4, and everything is kind of moving that way, and you're already coming in from an angle, and it moves that way. So forget about the water for a second. If you were going to do this type of hole, you'd expect this green to be pitched the other way. Now, you wouldn't expect the green to be pitched this way because of the water, right? I'm not contradicting what I say in my video, but I'm just saying strategically this whole layout, this green going this way, not so much. And if you look from this direction, look, there's the angle in, right? It's over the water. So if you're coming in from a straight angle, you'd be out in the water. So there's really, sure, you can angle a green, but you're pitched way severely down to the other side. So that doesn't work on a long approach. What I like back here is this. So that's kind of interesting. You can almost wrap the screen around a smaller bunker, almost kind of go lion's mouth like, and kind of make these smaller. That might work, but this, no, not working for me. Especially now, look at my lie. My lie's taking me that way, right? Look, hard right. I'm going to throw a shot out over those bunkers. That's pretty good. And am I going to eat my words here and put this thing right next to the pin? Like I said, great hole, excellent design. Should have whiffed on purpose. That's golf for you. So the shot turns out was there, but thought that one was a little awkward. Alright, this one, you can almost drive it, and we have the wind. We do have the wind, so that's going to be interesting. And then we got, what do we got there? A little retaining wall. That looks pretty good. I like that. Narrow. There's a risk to driving the green. Drivable 4. Works for me. It's fine in the light rough. A little chip here. That should stay close. There you go. Back to 1 over. Alright, another par 3. Where's... Oh, we got a little spline problem there, buddy. Where... what is going on here? You got your spline point over here, so that's a big oops. Green's over here. Not bad. Pretty tame green. Kind of doing what you want. Smallish green, but yeah, for 150-ish, that's fine. You got a little covered bridge over there. Bridge. I don't know what's going on with that bridge. I don't know why it's so high up with the steps. But cool thought. And I like that wall. That's pretty well done. Look at that. That retaining wall is nice. That's, like I said, those are pain in the butt. So, and you got some toilets there. Yeah, you never know, right? You're out on the 8th hole. Good customer service having those out there. All right. Try to fade one in, and of course I pulled it, and that's brilliant. Awesome. Oh boy. Turns out I had the right club in my hand the whole time. Genius that I was. Pulled out a higher club. Paid the price. Oh my god, my putting is terrible so far. Another double. Alright, this... Whoa, what is going on here? It looks higher. It's only 6 feet up. That looks higher. This one just looks odd. This just looks awkward. So far, the sculpting's been pretty good. That's, I think, too narrow. And I'm not sure what's going on down here. Just visually, doesn't matter for playability. That's kind of weird. So I just think you need a little sculpting help here. You just could have flattened and rounded this stuff out. It just looks odd to the eye. That little depression down there. Not to mention, you could be walking with your clubs, fall off the side here, and then just plummet to your dismay. I wouldn't say untimely death, but oh, over here you could plummet. I might want to see a fence there if I was walking around here. I'd probably be a little paranoid, but it's a little severe. Oops. Alright, let's get rolling. And why? Well, that's odd. What's going on there? Why it defaulted to that club? All right, yeah, and again, that was a very narrow fairway for a par five. You want to be careful on par fives because you don't want to be too narrow. The test should be on the shot end, not um, necessarily the tee shot. You kind of want people to, unless they really blow it, to have an option of going for it. That looks a little severe to me, that slope right there in the front. You could have flattened that a little. Just a bit of a more gradual slope. I'm going to hit it there, see what happens. It's not going to reach with the wind. Yeah, just a little awkward. You can see from that side. And you can see how big that bunker is. See how deep that is from here? Can you imagine if I stand in it? That's just a little too bathtubby. Sit, baby. There you go. Get one back here. So an okay idea. Definitely needed some work on the execution. Some words of wisdom heading off into the second 9. Yeah, again, so you're kind of just, narrowing it a little around the 290. Although it does open up a little. And then what do you got here? Oh, that's interesting. So I like this. Because, yeah, you definitely kind of want to be off to that left side. You don't want to be that left, though. Should have cut that tee shot. That is an interesting shape green. So, good idea varying it up. I think it's a little narrow, but interesting. And where that's going to go with that lie. It's so hard to tell. Ah, that just dented it and took the spin off. All right. Off to 11. What do we got over there? Well, that's kind of interesting. Nice little feature. I got the wind. I got the wind. So I can do it. Yeah, I've done a few of these in the day. Usually it's not this dramatic. I don't mind these. I do a bunch of them. I think the better way to do it is to kind of have the dissection of the fairway be diagonal. So there's a short side and a long side. It just looks a little forced sometimes, but people are going to vary, I think, on their opinion of that one. The fairway undulations seem fair. It's, very tame. I guess that makes sense for Southern California. Again, you've got the greens going. The pitch is pretty darn good so far I've seen. That's situated on the hill, heading down to the water just right. So I gotta say that's been pretty spot on. And again, now we got a forced carry again, so you got a hole with 2 of these. Eee. I don't know about that. Kind of go to that well once, maybe, during the hole. But hey, I got the win, so I'm not complaining. That's going to be just fine. All right, let's see if I can make up for some really bad putts. Just not enough. That could have been dead center if I gave it a little more. Number 12. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on here. That's a kind of odd bunker. And you've got an option down here. Is this supposed to be a bottle? If it is, you're just a little off. In other words, you know, sometimes you've got a template hole called a bottle that you kind of got the short side and the angle, right? So you can have the long side and you get closer and have the shorter approach, but it's usually blocked by a bunker. So if this is a bottle, usually that bunker would be in front of the green, kind of where that, I'll put a graphic in, right where that curve is, right there in that curve, and then the angle is the kind of short side that would be like a 3-wood or something, and you'd have the angle in, but you're just off here because that angle is a little bit better, but that green's going way off to the side there, out there. So you're kind of just a little off. Conceptually, I think I know what you were trying to do. I just don't think it works. I don't see any reason not to hit driver other than I'm going to hit a terrible drive. And wind up there, but again, that's not really blocked out. See what I mean? Give it more. And that hill's a little severe. I want to smooth that out. But he'll make the up and down. Move along. I like this. This is sort of Redanish. I guess you're going for a Redan here. Big slope from the front right to the back. It's a little much, I think. I think you can kind of tame it down and then kind of curve that a little bit more. Would be really cool. And then it's kind of a little blah from there on. But yeah, I think pretty much that's the concept, the Redan concept. This thing is kind of cool. What's going on here? Some sort of shelter? Not sure. But let's see what the wind's doing. 204. I'm gonna get it a little bit lower. No, I left it out to the right. With that slope it might work though. Let's see what's gonna happen. That's a big slope. And it's not doing much from this direction. Interesting. Got it. Oh, no. Thought I had it. $14 going up the hill, 11 feet. We got off here to the right. Interesting. So it's got all sorts of interesting features here surrounding the course. I'm not sure what I think about this one. And there was this green. This green's going way over there. So again, you don't really have that angles going way off out there. So it's just a little odd on the angles. You know, I kind of go way out here, but why would you do that? That's a little too risky, right? So I want no part of that. So I'm just going over here. Then again, you've kind of got this green that it's going kind of away from you on a long shot in. You got lucky there, the rough dented it. Alright. Oh, just missed. Another four over. Let's see if I can do anything. Get it back to even, maybe. Yeah, again, it's getting a little narrow, but we're just going to throw it down that right side. Push that to the right, too. Give me a kick. Nope. I am just off this round. Not much doing here. Get the up and down and get out of here. Alright. 16's a par 5. Again, this is okay. Enough room on the tee shot. This is kind of a downhilly bend type par 5 approach. Yeah, everything's going the way you should, so this one's okay. We'll see how this one plays. Probably not going to be enough with that wind just in our face. So we're not going to see what's going to happen. Can't putt for bleep this round. 4 over, yuck. Can't make a dent in it. Alright, par 3, final par 3. Yeah, that one's kind of going the other way. That one's okay. Yeah, again, your tee boxes, you forgot to flatten a whole bunch of them. Just see what's going on here. Yeah, so those little sections are pretty cool. Those are well done. And this, well, I got the wind behind me, so I'm going to fade one in here. See what happens. You got that little extra bit of fairway on the other side. All right, one more shot. Bringing this number down. Yeah, ooh. Again, yeah, you're kind of going with that tightening right around the landing area thing. Yeah, and again, everything works the way you should. Your sculpting and your landscaping, so to speak, is fine. Let's look at the green. Again, it's going the way you would expect. Yeah, I kind of like those two bunkers there like that. This isn't bad. Decent finish. I blocked that one to the right. Jeez, if I wanted to block it to the right and miss my putts all day, I'd go play real golf. This is going to be a tough one to end. From the heavy rough, it's not going to happen. So I am going to go there. And that's really bad. Give it some extra juice here. Oh boy, folks. You're kidding. Let's see. In. Ugh, man. Mercifully, this round is over. Not a comment on the course. Oskins, nice job, my man. It is a fun course. Well done. I think you just got a little bit of sculpting work to do. A little of the strategy was off. Just think about those angles a little bit. You know, bunkers were a little deep. You kind of went to the well a little too often on. To kind of, you know, narrow the fairway around the landing area thing. But a lot of folks do that. So, me included. So, good job. It's a fun course. I definitely recommend everybody get out there playing it. And hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with more casual previews. I might do another rookie contest course or two. And look for some more design tips soon, okay? Thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe. Talk to you again real soon.